wanted to talk to everybody about a theory I had called cold structure bonding. What am I trying to do here? Well, I was looking at a diamond and how it's formed. We see that they take carbon in the earth and they put it under tremendous amount of pressure, also temperature, in order to create a diamond. It basically puts out a pattern in every way to create the structure, right? Well, they also make synthetic diamonds. They do the same thing in the lab. They put it under heavy pressure. They put in a lot of heat and it creates a diamond. We know that. There's also a second way that they are messing with these diamonds, and it has to do with putting it under negative pressure. So basically put it in a vacuum, and then they hit it with microwaves. Well, it's interesting that they would use microwaves, number one, but number two, they're creating them bigger and stronger that way. So let's try to understand the process here. If you take the heat to any metal, you can break it down, right? Make it a liquid form. It breaks down all the bonds on it and allows you to put it in liquid form. Well, if I want to put another element with that, so if I wanted to use iron, I wanted to put a little bit of copper in there, I mean, I could do it and then it would reform into a different element. So what if we could do the same thing when we go ahead and we build the structures of a diamond? How would that be nice? Well, you see, you go from carbon to graphene to a diamond, but now I can change the whole structure. Man, that'd be just mind-blowing, right? Well, I have a feeling that frequency is a pattern, and because of that pattern, it makes the structure. So let's take a look at this real quick. If I wanted to take something that wasn't using the process of heat in order to make it, how would I do it? Well, I need to break down the structure, right? So what would I use? What if I just simply said I can use electrolysis to do it? What if I can use electrolysis at 5 volts and then I can break it down into its basic element, then I can restructure it based on the frequency? Wouldn't that be the coolest thing in the world, right? You take something that doesn't need the process of the heat to break it down. It doesn't need the process of the heat in order to give it strength. It needs the structure itself. So what if we took the cold element in the Ormus and we broke it down to whatever chemicals that we want, whether it be silver and gold together or whatever, and then we took that and we put the frequency in it in order to make the pattern that we wanted. Then we can get the bonding we wanted. Is it going to be the same as a diamond in the same way it's structured? No. But is it going to look the same and build out the same? Yes. And what I meant by saying that was, is it going to have the hardness of a diamond? Well, the hardness of a diamond is based on the actual carbon that you put into it. So if you put a different element into it, it would be different altogether, right? So what if we could do that and we can just change how we do electronics altogether? What if we can remake the transistor however we want with whatever element we want if we use the same basic structure? You see, we deal with things in heat when it comes to transistors. So what if I basically could take out the heat by making a lattice structure? It gives it openness. It gives it enough airness to blow out the heat. It lets it breathe. It's like pulsing in DC. It just gives it a different way to do it so that it doesn't build up heat all the time. Now, how will we do this in restructuring it based on putting it in a magnetron? Well, it's not putting it in a magnetron, it's understanding what a magnetron does. You see, here's the basic structure of a magnetron. So we have these right here. We call little fins, right? And we have a round casing. And then on the inside, we have an anode or cathode, and it produces heat, and it produces something that shakes this frequency and goes here, here, just like this. We're simply rotating, right? But we're repeating the same frequency. So we look at it like this. Frequency equals 1 over time. Okay, that's pretty simple. That's the inside of a magnetron, and they put magnets on the top and bottom, but this is the basic structure inside of it. What if the understanding is that same bit of simplicity right there? What if I did this? I want this structure, but I want this. What if all I had to do was understand the patterning of each thing, and then I put in a repeating frequency based on the distance? The frequency equals 1 over the time. So it basically builds out to a sine wave, and I'm judging the distance here. That's my time, okay? Now, what if that's all it is? What if that's all I had to do? Is I just had to understand how to build the structure. Now I can take whatever I want and break it down however I want if it reconstitutes based on the frequency itself. Isn't that an interesting concept? Will it work? Will it not work? I don't know. I just thought it was something interesting to look into. We see similarities in how they're doing these things, right? And there's got to be a reason why they're choosing a magnetron over here. We know why they're choosing pressure and heat, because that's the way they think it's built, right? So what if the Earth told you something different? You see, what they're starting to find is, instead of finding in the layers of the Earth a bunch of magma just running around, they're finding giant pockets of water, whole oceans under the surface. That changes a lot. You see, when you have something like that, you start to have different processes going on. You're getting chambers inside the Earth that have electricity in them. Because we know that if you have magnetism, you're going to have voltage. When you have voltage, it builds out into energy. Energy builds out inside in chambers as frequency, right? So the frequency over that, what if it's just doing that same process in the water as the electrolysis in some areas? Maybe that's the difference in how things are structured and how they're coming out. You see, there's always a second way to do something, and it's not always the way you think it is. Some things are based in heat, but you can do the same thing in cold if you understand exactly how they break down. I just throw this out there because sometimes we get stuck in the same way of doing things. But if there's another way to do it, to break it down and get to the method we need to in order to create structures that are much more beneficial for humanity, then that's what we have to do. Like I said, does this work? Does it not work? I don't know. Is there a lot more to add to it? Probably. Matter of fact, I think there's a ton more to add to it. But it's a basic concept to start with. Can we take this stuff in a very low voltage and break it down? We obviously know we can. Can we reconstitute it into something else based on the frequency of it? I think we can. So how would we do it? We want to pattern it. We want to pattern it in layers. Do we want to put it over something? Will it make something have a different hardness scale on it? That might be an interesting concept of the whole thing. We know graphene, it does that. And we also know that it's very fast with electricity with graphene. It doesn't build up a lot of heat to slow it down. It allows the electricity to flow. Maybe just creating that pattern in different elements would help out in electronics. Keeping that open structure so that it can let it breathe. It can let the heat out. Okay, it would end up looking more like a pulse DC instead of a flat line straight DC. I don't know. There's a lot to this and a lot more to break down, but this is a very simple understanding of the structure of how things could work. It might just be how the earth itself breaks things apart and reconstitutes them. You see, we always look at the thing of how do we form something, but we don't ever look at the process of how to break it down. I think electrolysis holds a lot of promise in order to break things down to get to this type of understanding. If we can do that, then restructuring them, if we could do that based on the frequency and the patterns that we get, then we have a whole new concept of how to do things in the world. I think it's a great place to start, but ultimately you decide. Anyway, I just thought I'd throw that out there. Have yourself a great day.
The old man built. The old man built. The old man built. The old man built. The old man builds is broken in the head. People not seeing reality has put them in the red. Where conscious and spirituality been stricken from the norm and replaced with the ignorance of basic magnetic form. The geometry of God keeps running through his head. That's what makes old man builds broken in the head. The old man builds. The old man builds. Spheres of destiny are spinning in his mind, making him travel back and forth in time, battling the establishment for just a little recognition. Has him forcing the world to understand his premonition. That world will have all the technology in the end, even if it means his life will fail to instead. The old man builds. The old man builds. The old man builds. The old man builds. Fears of destiny are spinning in his mind, making him travel back and forth in time, battling the establishment for just a little recognition. Has him forcing the world to understand his premonition. That world will have all the technology in the end, even if it means his life will fail to extend. The old man builds. The old man builds. The old man builds. The old man builds. Fears of destiny are spinning in his mind, making him travel back and forth in time, battling the establishment for just a little recognition. Has him forcing the world to understand his premonition. That world will have all the technology in the end, even if it means his life will fail to extend. The old man builds.